So good morning. Monday morning, I like to call my days, and this week is a Swedish week. I'm still a bit in the fuzz. I feel like I haven't woken up fully, although I have, but I feel my mind is not clear now. Before coming in, I had some breath work, so possibly it has left me a little bit somewhere. Uh, let's let's move on with it. Let's grab a block and see where that leads us. Okay, so let's come, as we always do, center of the mat. I'm looking at my blanket and I'm taking it because possibly we could sit and do a bit of breath work ourselves. We'll see how it goes. All right, okay, coming just to plant both of our feet and come and land into ourselves first and foremost. Let's find our inner territory. Let us settle with possibly on our heart, possibly on the stomach. I hear stomach today. So let's go and down and settle in the stomach. And interestingly enough, as we know, part of the digestive, so that's what we do with that part of the body. We absorb and digest. So possibly come into the tummy, starting from the stomach, but might be another part of your belly that is calling you. And settle there. So instead of settling down into our feet, we find our grounding today in the tummy. And as we all know now, our gut and our bacterial flora called the biome in our tummy are capital to have us making sense of the world emotionally, intuitively, instinctively. So I have placed both of my hands and I'm inviting you to do the same. And then actually, let's go and sit down for some breath work. I must not have finished. So very simply, come and sit in a position that is comfortable for you. Okay, so if you like me, so I just drop a little blanket, is to come and sit at the edge of it. But the most important here this morning is to really find your seat bone. And once you have feel those two bony parts underneath your buttock, just come, place your whole body resting on them, and then allow the body to be awakened in the back part. So become aware of what's behind you on your back, the back of your head. So be here as well. And I'm inviting you to be in the back body because when we breathe, it's so very easy to focus only on the front body. So very gently, I'm going to invite you to place your tongue at the top of your mouth. So closing, it's going to be nose breathing in and out, okay? So place your tongue at the tip of your tongue at the top of your mouth, the roof of your mouth. Closing your mouth, obviously. Closing your eyes if you feel like it, or if you want to keep your eyes open, have a soft gaze. And then from the belly where we were completely landing and becoming aware, expand this awareness, this consciousness to take your whole of your body. At that stage, you've started breathing in and out through the nose without controlling the breath. And see how that goes, how that feels. Don't think it, don't judge it, just follow. Noticing now what part of the body is moving as you breathe in, as the breath flows in. What is shifting or expanding, looking at your skin as a good indicator of what's moving. And then we're gently going to start with a very, very simple breath, which is going to be in and out for a count of 3. Okay. So it's going to be not a count of 4. I know, like, I'm far more used to a count of 4, but let's go with 3 now. So taking your first breath, so you need to exhale and then taking your first breath when time is right. And I'm going to start counting, breathing in, 1, 2, 3, out, 3, 2, 1, breathing in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. Couple more times this way by yourself. And then in a breath that's going to come, we're going to put a pause at the end of our inhale. And we're going to make a pause for 1. So we'll be counting a breath in over 3, a pause for 1, and an exhale for 3. So starting now, breathing in, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, and begin again, 2, 3, pause for 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, breathe in, 2, 3, pause, exhale, 2, 3, on your own for about 4 breaths. Beautiful. In the next one, we stay with the count 3, 1. We're just going to add on another 1 at the end of our exhale. So we have 2 poses. We have an inhale, a pause for 1, an exhale, and another pause for 1. Exhale and begin the count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, and pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. On your own for a while. And with the next time you're going to be drawing your breath, allow for the pause to be over a count of 1. So 2 and possibly 3. Okay, so looking where you can go. So watch out because it's easy enough to keep a breath after the inhale. It can be harder after the exhale. So take your time with, we don't want discomfort. Okay, so maybe you can start with a pause of 2, see how it goes. and then put the pause of 3. Counting on your own, starting now. And I'm going to count a cycle of 6 breaths. So let's have a last cycle of breath and then we release this practice, reversing to your natural breath. So no more counting. You can even very gently open and have a soft gaze on the mat. And like that, noticing for yourself how that felt, how accessible it was. We're going to have another cycle. We're going to move a bit and have another cycle. Only other new cycle will be on a count of 4 with a pause of 2, a count of 4 and a pause of 2. Okay? But for the moment, just take your arms and inhale up. Beautiful. On the exhale, I turn my hands, palms are out. I sweep my arms and they're going to go behind me as I fall forward towards the floor. My hands are on my back, they come back to the front and I inhale back up. So it's very much of an inhale up and on the exhale, turn the palm of the hand and exhale, circling down, falling forwards towards the floor. And here, if you need to breathe out through the mouth, do so. Exhale, have a long, deep exhale, something satisfying for you. We'll have one more. Beautiful. Take your hands on your knees. Your head is still down towards the floor. Bring your chin to chest and begin to unroll the spine from the seat bone, from the tailbone, sacrum, lower back, mid back. So this is our spinal roll up from the seated pose. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Chin falls towards the chest. We're going to spinal roll down, taking your time, rounding up, really bring the organs, even the lungs, the heart, bring them closer to your spine. Allow the body to fall onto oneself. Allow to bring all the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder, the intestine, bring everything inward towards your spine. So you have really a roundy, flexed spine. Release the jaws, allow the neck to lengthen, feel possibly a bit of food somewhere in the spine. And gently on the inhale, go back so that the back of your buttock is back on the mat. if it was off. And then unroll one vertebrae at a time. Good. Taking your left hand on the floor, right arm comes up. Keep your right cheek, right buttock on the floor as you come and gently side bend to the right. Look up to the ceiling as you do that. And inhale forward. Place your hand. Oh, another way which is nice actually. I just did it. You place your hand on your thigh. Okay, anchor the left side here to the ground so you can side bend and look up and come back and repeating this once more. Opposite side. Beautiful. Coming with your hands, interlacing them. Palm of your hand facing the screen. And inhale up all the way. And again, once more, side bending and look up. Opposite side. Okay, keep your left side anchored here. Beautiful. And coming into the cactus arm. From the cactus arm, we're going to go into a W. So that's what I'm going to call a W. Cactus, W, cactus, W, cactus, W, cactus. We're going to add on W, cactus, close, and lift. Okay, close and lift. Actually, okay, so it's not, there is no, it's not, I made a mistake. You close and you lift. So to elbow that lift, you're going to feel the engagement all the way to the back body. So let's go. Cactus, W, close, and lift. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and release. Okay, that's all of an inhale, last two. And then inhale, exhale, big inhale, and in a release, that's the transition, bring you back. Inhale, exhale, close, and release. Last one. Beautiful. Take your hands behind you. Just want to show you. Okay, and we're just going to go. You can even have your hands in tripod. We're not doing a real pose here. We just want to activate to pick it up. Okay, the genuine pose would have you with your fingers pointing in the direction of your feet and coming up. We're just awakening the body here. 2, 3. If that's something that is not possible for you, it's completely okay. You know, you could just be shifting from side to side. We're trying to move up the rest of the body. Coming back where we started, and we're going to have that breath work. So we're going to start at the count of 4-4 to get used to it, and then 4-2, 4-2. Okay, so coming back to center after a bit of movement. Noticing how more possibly ready you are to breathe. And starting in your own time on the count of 4, taking a first breath in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own count now, with your own rhythm, for another cycle, another breath, so 6 cycles. And you're going to hear me starting counting, and I'm going to introduce the pose of two. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 1, and pause, 1, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 1, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, and start again. Count of 6, listening to your own breath rhythm and going with it. My counting might have been too fast, it might have been too slow. So doing your own for the next 6 breaths. So keep counting. I just want to remind you to place the tip of your tongue in the roof of your mouth and to release the jaws, to be beautifully seated on your seat bone and to still have a presence with your back body. Should the pose of 2 be very accessible, feel free to move on to 4. Now look, your inhale, the pose after the inhale could be easily done, and you might find a bit of challenge after the exhale. If it's the case, keep it at 2 or possibly at 3. We don't want to start the next breath with gasping. Okay, if you're gasping for air, you've pushed yourself too hard. So if you are in your cycle of breath of 4, 4, 4, 4, or 4, 4, 4, 3, let's say, just begin not to either to count your breath a little bit slower. So finish the last cycle of breath you in, just complete it and release the practice. And then gently rub your hands together. I just don't want to take too much more time so we can create a bit of movement. Okay, rubbing your hands together and just cultivating gratitude for the breath work and for all that it brings into our lives. Taking your hands on your face, breathing into the palm of your hand for one big breath. And exhale, release. Whatever quietude and calm or focus you have access through the practice, I'm going to invite you to keep it. And we gently shift. We're going to go into all four. Okay. And from all four, we'll be moving to extending the back leg one at a time, just to counteract all that cross-legged that we were on. Okay, curl up the toes, and then we're going to hover the knees and push towards our feet and come back. Over and push, or hover and push. And keep doing the work. Remembering to use your fingers to support your hands and support your wrists. We're going to push into a dog, downward dog. That is it, and walking the dog. Super. Walk, walk, walk your dog as much as you need. And then we actually are going to walk our feet towards our hands. Again, as far as you can go. And then walk back into the dog. So twice more. Walk, 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 walk. And out, 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 out. Walk, 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 walk. And exhale, out, out, out. Back to the dog. We're going to take our hands, and our hands are going to walk towards our feet. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep at it. So taking your time with it, making sure you finish into the dog before starting. Okay, the last one. And we're going to walk our feet halfway and our hands halfway. Bend the knee and gently coming back all the way up. Inhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Brilliant. Okay, so here we are back standing. Let's have a couple of moves. This is disturbing me. Okay, coming up nice and wide. So remember keeping that line, calm, clear, that focus, okay? And bringing this into the body, into the movement. Okay? So we should get bend, bend, right knee. Bending and push and left. And the other side. They're really not easy practice. That's why I like doing that movement. Not because I find it easy, but because it requires a lot of inner strength. Next time you're on the right-hand side, you're going to stand on the right-hand side. Both feet are going to pivot. So you arrive in high lunge, okay? And then in high lunge with the arms. Okay, stay there. Remember your cactus arm? The W, you close and up, open, cactus W, close, key nail, keep at it, cactus, W, close, inhale, cactus, W, close, inhale, and release. Go forward with your hands, okay? And we're going to lunge back our right leg behind us. High lunge. Knee on the floor. Inhale up, forward salute, and exhaling down. Inhale up, So we're going to repeating this a few times. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. So where are you recruiting your strength to make the movement? Are you using your breath? And I hope you are. Beautiful. That's our last one. We're going to end up into all four. Okay. And we're going to go extend the right leg, the left leg, high plank. And this time we're going to step forward with our right leg in front of us. Beautiful. Lunge, high lunge. Inhale up. Stay there for a while. Okay. Going to start the practice of cactus, W, close and lift. Cactus, W, close and lift. Keep at it. If the whole thing is too much, you know to adjust it to something that works for you. Last one. And release. Beautiful. This time, take your knee down. We're going to go and sit onto our heel of the left side. My right leg is nice and long, stretch in front of me. And I'm going to come up. High lunge and close. Step back. If you need to put your hands down to the floor to help you, you put your hands down. Knee down. Go and sit onto your right heel this time. Align with your leg. With a big inhale, that's where we really recruit the breath. We recruit the intention. The brain knows what we want to do. The body is being fired up, the message. Lift. And we lift. Okay? And we close. Opposite side. Down. That's the low lunge. Heel. Okay? And come up. Oopla. And down again. Oop, blah, blah, blah. Low lunge. Sit. We're going to go back all the way up and we close our feet together. Opposite side. So we are really recruiting here inner strength. I don't know if you feel it. There is no big movement. There is no, it's what's inside of us. No, that is what, to the point we are calling on. Last one. And notice how it's important to focus, to be with your movement. Okay, come up standing, see how that feels in the body now. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go back with a bit of jiggling, jungling. Go for it. It could be arms. I had the intention to start with the legs. My arm went on. So please feel free to do whatever you want. And at one point, it's actually upper body and lower body all together. Okay. Feel maybe a need to jump. If you have it in you, do so. In whatever way, you know that. So you can add on a jumping jack. Forward and back. And cross. And we're going to pause for 3, 2, 1. And pause. Travel back inward. Find where you need to anchor your presence. Is it still in the tummy? as it moved. So what I'm waiting for is for our cardiovascular, the heartbeat, to settle. And I know, and you'll know by listening to your breath. And by sensing possibly relaxation, the body is slightly letting go, so it's not being tense up as much because the heartbeat is becoming more at ease and regular. You might feel like you're less in your upper body breath, but more towards the breathing, the diaphragmic breathing. Beautiful. All right. Going to inhale up, and we're going to fall forward again. Crown of the head facing the mat. Have your legs bent or not. See what works for you this morning. And then taking your hands are vacant. Seaweed arms, there is nothing in the arms. And then you're going to inhale and exhale, going swishing from side to side. And noticing, okay, what muscles, what part of me is actually doing that movement? When you found this, go and align your breath with your work. So that your exhale is as long as your movement, and so is your inhale. Have a real dance here between your breath and your movement. Crown of the head still facing the mat. Letting go of the neck. Beautiful. One more time to the right, one more time to the left. And coming back to center. Place your hands in front of you. Okay, so if you need to have your knees bent, have your knees bent, okay? If your knees are bent, I would invite you to have your hands further away from your feet, okay? If your legs are straight, just have your hands in front of you. We're going to shift body weight, okay? So let's say we're here, and we're going to shift the upper body and push back. Shift and push back. So shift it that you allow the heels to lift off, to roll on the ball of the feet, to really come onto your body weight. Oh, sorry, on your arms, and push back. You're not going to fall. Okay, if that's really easy and accessible, just step away with your arms a bit further and go back. And push back. So activate the upper body strength here. Beautiful. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your hands underneath your foot. We did that last week. Pick up the foot. You turn, the palm is up, okay? And you come and just one hand at the moment, okay? And actually roll your feet onto your hands. So open your hands nice and wide. Watch out if you like have a ring. And then just kind of between the hand and the feet, feel what needs to be a bit of pressure to release tension, to help the joint, noticing. And then do the same with the other side. Okay. And very gently picking up one heel up and bringing it down, other heel up and down, up, up. Keep alternating your heel lift. And that's not an easy one. Okay. And releasing. Remove the first hand, the second hand, take your arm behind you. Interlace your fingers, stretch onto your arms. And then bend the knees and come back up. Keep your hands, your arms tied behind you. Opening up that chest. So I'm not going away with my arms, I'm going down with my arms, okay? Feeling my sternum lifting up. So I'm not trying to have my chest going too much forward. Either I'm trying to lift that part here. And keep holding the hands down a little bit longer. I'm trying to imprint a posture here. And then release the fingers and come and slide your arms by your side. So not too much forward. And see if you have succeeded in keeping that very, very part, from, let's say, base of the throat to in between your breast, yeah, top of your diaphragm, actually, or bottom of your sternum, shall we say. Keeping this. Okay, relaxing the arms and staying into that pose. Then we're going to go into a quiet pose. You might be more likely to sit. Okay, see how much you can hold this pose. And as you go into your quiet space, what is the breath? What do you gain with the breath? Keeping that posture. Okay, I'm closing the recording.